Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Welcome to Soft Spoken Podcast. This has been just long coming. I was been supposed to do this a long time ago, but chicken out. I'm your host, Chelsea Green, but you could just call me Chelsea. By the grace of God, we are here, and I am so very, very excited to be on this journey where I'm just going to be talking about my journey with the Lord and helping others as well on their journey as well. Because this journey with the Lord is not easy, it's not for the weak, but at the end of the day, it is all worth it. Today, we're just going to really get into my testimony, like just why I decided to give my life to Jesus and just how everything came to be. My testimony is it's testimonies within one big testimony, but I'll try to dissect it as much as I can. Okay. But like I said, welcome and let's just get into it. So where do I even start with this journey? I'm a pastor kid, which is it's so crazy because growing up, everybody used to be like, "Oh, watch out for the pastor kids," and I used to always come to our defense, like, "Us pastor kids, we're good. Like, we don't even." But when I really think about it, and I think about all the things that I was doing or going through, whatever it was, I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, they had a point. It's always the pastor kids, but that's besides the point. But yes, I'm a pastor kid. My father is a pastor, and I was born in Liberia, Africa, and my father sent for me and my mother when I was about 6 years old, back in 2008. And I came here, started going to school and things like that, and everything was good. We was going to the church that, my father was going to, of course, so now we're going as a family. And there was a person, like a older lady that I kind of call grandma now, but that my father built a relationship with, and they became close, and my father trusted her. So this woman had a kid who was about 19 years old at the time, and so that person used to take care of me and watch me when I was around 8 years old. This person would take me to school. She would pick me up from school after, and we would go, to their house and stuff like that. And everything started all good. I didn't really think nothing of it. Was very nice, very kind, helped me with homework, buy me ice cream, buy me stuff, kid stuff. And I built a trusted relationship with this person. And that is kind of when this individual began to abuse me, physical abuse, sexual abuse, everything like that. And this went on for about 2 years. It didn't stop until I was in 6th grade, actually. And the only reason why I even stopped was because I was now taking the bus to go to school, so I no longer needed anybody to pick me up or take me to school, anything like that. So that was the only reason, but it lasted 2 years from when I was in 3rd grade to the end of 5th grade. And I went through it. I really didn't know what her issue was, but she was just a very angry individual. Like, I would come over and it would be the littlest thing that would tick her off. I would get a beating, belts, sticks, this, you name it. She was whooping me. And during this time, she would tell me, I always threatened to tell my peoples, and she'll be like, "Oh, like nobody cares about you, like nobody's worried about you." And during this time, my mom had actually just had my brother, so all attention was really on my little brother, and my father was the only one working. So he's trying to bring money in to take care of me, my mom, my little brother. So in that moment when she would tell me like, nobody cares about me, or they, especially like my parents and stuff like that, I would believe her because, like I said, my mom focuses on my brother and my dad is constantly working. So nobody's really seeing me besides this individual that's inflicting harm, which is crazy. So I never spoke up about it. I never really told her. And even, it's so crazy because, now talking about this testimony, this is really my first time really talking about it, the full story and everything. But I can, like, as I'm talking about it, things are playing in my head, and I'm kind of going back to that. But during these 2 years, this person was actually the one that introduced me to pornography and everything. And at the age of 8, 9 years old, I already knew what that was. I was actually addicted because every time we would go, we would watch it, and she would tell me what she wants me to do and what she needs me to do, what she needs me to say, and things like this. So it became this daily routine, Monday through Friday, when she picked me up from school. And eventually it became a part of me. 8, 9 years old, now I'm addicted to pornography. Now that sticks with me. At 8, 9 years old, I'm questioning my sexual identity because, like I said, this is a woman that I'm doing these things with. So now my focus is, am I attracted to women? At 9 years old, like no kid should even really be thinking about that. And just a bunch of different things. And as time even went on, in middle school, I was out here, sending stuff, Lord Jesus, like it was just things that I shouldn't be doing. Like, and I sit back and I be like, Lord, like, why didn't you get me at that age? Like, why did you allow all this to happen? Why did you allow me to go through all of this? Like, you could have ended it right there, honestly. But anyway, as time go on, building my confidence. I really didn't have self-confidence, first off. That was killed. I wasn't confident in myself. I wasn't confident to even talk to people. I wasn't confident to speak up, my voice to be heard, nothing. So I was kind of just a quiet, shy person, just like to be in a corner, not seen, not heard, and I'm good. And unfortunately, this played into my adult life. And even growing up, terrible friends, influences, and stuff like that I followed behind because I really wanted to fit in, really. So I had friends, we would go clubbing and stuff like that. And even though I wasn't a big clubber, a club person, it was like, okay, the girls want to go and I don't got no friends, so let's go. And we would go. I would even pay. I would pay for them, like just to make friends, just to fit in, just to be a part of it, honestly. And it was running my pockets, yikes. But this is what you do. Like, you're insecure, you're not confident in yourself, all that. So I started following behind bad friends, and at the club, that's where I started drinking a lot. And before I know it, I had an alcohol problem now. Now I'm like, geez, like here we are. Now I love partying. I love to go to clubs, and I love to drink. Okay, I would drink until I literally would black out and not remember. I would wake up the next morning and I'll be home. How did I get home? I kid you not, I don't know. Blackout drunk, and somehow I made it to the next morning. All thanks to the glory of the Lord, because I know that was the only reason why I even survived that. Because I remember calling my friends the next morning like, how we even get home? They don't even know themselves. So it was just crazy and hectic. But yeah, I became an alcoholic. Met a couple of bad friends and started smoking as well. That became a thing where it was to a point where I felt like I couldn't not smoke. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, because now that I think about it, and when I did finally stop smoking, I'm like, girl, you wasn't like, why was you addicted to this? This don't make no sense. But it's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. But fast forward, yeah, partying, and meeting a bunch of different, each party that we go to, you know, every club that we go to, I always meet somebody. And there was even times where me and the girls, we would bet, like, you know, who can go home with the most amount of numbers, who can pull the most guys, everything. Like, that was where my confidence came from. Like, once I got to the club and the liquor hit me and now I'm drunk, I have all of this confidence to now I could talk to anybody I want. I feel like I could pull anybody I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, liquor will really give you, it's like another personality. And that's really because, let's be honest, a demon done took over. Like, that's not, oh, you have a split personality. No, that's the demon. And I even remember one time I went to Jamaica with my cousins. It's so crazy because the Lord has really been calling me for mad long, but I always was really ignoring it. I'm like, let me have fun. Let me enjoy my time. Because, you know, people be like, oh, you're young, have fun, da-da-da. But the first time I think I had, and the Lord was really trying to tug at me, was when I went to Jamaica. When I went to Jamaica with my cousins. And they don't even know that this happened either. They don't even know the story either. So that's going to be interesting. But we went to this club in Jamaica. I believe it was like Club 27 or something like that. And I remember I drank, shot after shot, to the point where I ended up blacking out. But before I blacked out and completely forgot everything, I had an encounter with a demon. Basically, I'm gonna try to explain it. So, like, my spirit was kind of levitating, right? So as I'm levitating, I look down, see my physical body, and in that body is a demon, and the demon is looking up at me. And he's just laughing as I'm basically just floating up. And I'm like so confused watching, like, what's even happening. And the demon is literally just laughing at me. Like, haha, I got you. And I'm just like, what even is this? And that was like the only thing I remember from that night. And then I blacked out. And I just remember waking up the next morning. And I'm like, and it's so crazy because that's the only thing I can remember from that day. I don't remember what happened. I remember going to the club, but after that, it was like blackout. And I remember my cousins, they were showing me videos of me, like, look at you, look at what you was doing. I'm like, I don't remember that. That's not me. Okay, not me. So that was when I really realized, like, I always knew demons was real, but that was when I really was like, let me act right, because ain't no way. Like, the demon was literally laughing at me like, you keep playing. And I'm just like, all right, let me get right. And I think I got right for like a month. I kid you not. Like, and this is why I be like, stop playing with the Lord. I got right for like a month. I was like, I'm not clubbing. I'm not drinking, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not doing none of that. And it lasted like a good month. And then it was back to the same old routine. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start living for the Lord, da-da-da. And it was right back to the same routine. And I was like, well, clearly that demon didn't really get you the way that it needed to get you. But I think what really pushed me to even really give my life to the Lord was, of course, I went out again. I went out with a friend of mine. She's my best friend, you know, and it was supposed to just be me and her going out. I took her to a club in Philly, and it was supposed to be a me and her night, but some of her other friends actually ended up coming, and it was actually one of their birthdays, which I did not know, but I wasn't really cool with them. That was just her friend, and I was there. So we go, and we're like, okay, it's your birthday. We're going to get lit, at the end of the day. And we go in, we're partying. We got our section. We got the hookahs. We got the bottle. It's going to be a lit night. And we're going shot after shot after shot. And myself, I went and I brought my own bottle, and then we was taking shots of clear liquor. And then I was drinking my own little dark liquor. So that's where I kind of messed up. But long story kind of short, it's about 2:00. I'm done up. I drove. Rookie mistake. But you know what it was? I believe I always drive drunk. Don't do it. But I always do it. And so I never really, this time was nothing different for me. Or so I thought. This time wasn't nothing for me at the time. So I'm like, okay, I'm drunk, but I always get home. So it's about 2 a.m. The club is done. So I'm like, all right, tell my homegirl, like, we out. And like I said, done. I'm barely in my own body. So I get in the car. She get in the car. She has my key. Now, my car is a push start, so my key has to be in the car for it to come on. So she gets in the car. She has my key in her purse. She gets in the car, and I start the car, and I'm like, all right, we about to go. I don't know what happened between the time I started my car and when I woke up, and it was 5:30 in the morning. But all I know is I woke up 5:30 in the morning, and I'm somewhere parked on the side of the road. Car done shut off because my key is not in my car. Once I drive for a long distance, like, my car is going to shut off if there's no key in the car. So car shut off. Phone, I woke up 5:30, car's off. I'm somewhere, it's dark. I don't know where I'm at. Phone is at 4%. Okay, no charger. Like, I don't know. Everything is wrong. Like, everything was just wrong. I am basically half naked because, when you go to the club, you barely wear anything, honestly. So I'm in my clubbing attire, which is nothing. And it's around, I want to say like the ending of September, actually, going into October. And so it's cold, fall season at this point. And so I wake up, I'm cold, I'm shivering. And I don't know where my friend is. I wake up, I'm like, where's my friend at? Because the last time I remember, she was in the car when we got in. Now she's not here. So I'm like, where's my friend? I start panicking, go into straight panic mode. And I call her. First of all, I check my phone. No missed call, which is wild. Like, nobody cares about you. I check my phone. There's no missed call. There's no nothing. Mind you, she has my location, everything. So it's like, so I call her, and I'm yelling on the phone because I hear partying music in the back. This girl, she went to an after party with the other girls and left me. So that ticked me off. So I'm like angry. I'm yelling at her on the phone like, you left me, da-da-da, in the condition I'm in. You made me, like, da-da-da-da, all types of stuff. And I was so angry. And I was like, my phone is dying. You have my key. You need to come to me. You have my location. Like, what's your problem? You need to come to me now, da-da-da. And she eventually comes. Somebody drops her to me. She comes and she gets in the car. And we head back home because, we both live near each other. So we head back home, and I drop her off, and I go home, and I go to sleep. And as I go to sleep, I go to sleep, and the Lord speaks to me saying, girl, basically saying I should have died, which was crazy to me because I'm like, but when I woke up from that dream, though, it was like, when I wake up from the dream, I kind of forgot that I had a dream. I kind of was just like, oh, I don't know what I thought was happening, but I didn't really think I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I just woke up like, oh, okay. I don't know what was that, but it is what it is. And I called my homegirl because usually every time we go partying and we come back, like the next morning, I will call her, make sure everybody's good, hangovers, everybody's straight. So I called her, and the first thing she said was, Chelsea, we wasn't supposed to survive. And I'm like, and when she said that, it kind of re-triggered something within me. And then I remembered the dream, the encounter that I had. So I'm like, what? She's like, do you know how many times we almost crashed? You almost crashed about 3 times. She was like, there was nobody on the road, no cops on the road, no car on the road. Like, for us to drive, because we was actually in Trenton. From Trenton to the place that we live is a good 25 minutes. She was like, for us to drive 25, 30 minutes, no car on the road, on the highway, nothing. Straight nothing. But she was saying I was just swerving into lanes, to this lane, to that lane, almost hitting stuff. You know, the highway got all type of stuff, trees everywhere. And I mean, she was telling me the story, and I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, girl, I'm usually good. Like, I'm usually a good driver, even though I be under the influence, but I'm usually good. We make it home. I mean, She was like, well, you almost took me out. Like, we almost died. We shouldn't have survived. And when she said that, it literally reminded me of the dream where the Lord was literally telling me I shouldn't have survived. Once again, he has saved my life, literally. And I don't know. And this is how I just know that Jesus is really real, because for me to be a person that's always going to parties drunk and come home and be fine, for this to happen and make me want to just change my life and do a complete 180, I know that that is not of my own self. Like, that's really just the Lord and him changing my mindset, because I could have went back, like with the whole Jamaica story. I stopped drinking for a month. I stopped partying for a month, and then I went back. But it was like a year ago, around that time, I really stuck with it. And I remember I think it was like October was really when I was like, all right, we're not going to party, which was crazy because October is, Halloween time. And me and my girls, we used to dress up every time for Halloween and go party. We would go to we party hop. We'd be here in Trenton, here and over here, and then we go to Philly, and then we would party hop 3 parties within the same night. So for me to say, Lord, I'm not going to party no more, and really like stick to it, I ain't gonna lie, I was very scared, because I made that promise to the Lord, and I was like, you done made this promise that you're not gonna party. So you have to see it through. Like, you can't disappoint the Lord. And I think that was really what was carrying me through, just disappointing God. I was like, if you backslide, like, I don't know. In my mind, I was like, if you backslide, he's going to be disappointed. And that's kind of what was just carrying me. So October came, and October passed, and I was like, oh my God, a whole month. November came, November passed. And actually, November was when I got fired from my job, actually, which was so crazy. I got fired from my job, and so now I'm a fresh Christian, and I'm in my word, I'm in my Bible, and I get fired. I got no job, still got bills to pay, car notes and car this. And I'm like, how is this about to work out? And I'm doing a little DoorDashes every now and then. But this is when faith was really tested for me, because I had to just rely on him, because I didn't even tell my parents I got fired. Don't do that, people. I didn't tell my parents I got fired, because I'm like, I can figure it out, So now I'm completely dependent on the Lord, and the Lord is just making a way. November came, December came, Christmas came. I don't even know how I was able to afford everything that my siblings wanted for Christmas. My parents, because I got them a gift too, and everything, plus paying my car, paying my insurance, paying for my credit cards, paying for all of these things. And November, December, and then I think it was right after Christmas, I got a email from the post office, and they were like, you're hired, you start January. I'm like, won't he do it? I'm like, bro, no way. Like, for 2 months straight, I had to only rely on him. And that's how even now, if I lose a job, I don't think I'll really ever be worried, because the Lord got me through that one. So it's like, why are you stressed when you've been through this, You walked through this water. You already went through this trial. So it's like, why are you worried now? Why are you doubting him now when he already showed you that he is Lord and the first time you did it, that you went through it? So that's how I look at it. And yeah, that happened. January came. And it was actually January when I got the vision to even start the podcast. But when I tell you the enemy is a liar, because he was in my head heavily. And I think because I felt like I was a baby Christian and I didn't know much yet about the Lord, it wasn't good for people to hear like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Starting a podcast where you're talking about the Lord and you're trying to even figure out the Lord your dang going self, So you're like, I felt like I was going to be a hypocrite if I started my podcast during that time that the Lord told me to start it. And so I let the enemy really play in my mind with that. And unfortunately, here we are now. But it took a while. And it's so crazy because when I got the idea for the podcast, I started buying everything, equipment. Like there was a zeal for it. And then here comes the enemy, little whisper. And I started, I'm like, girl, like, you're a hypocrite. Like, you're living in this lie. You're trying to look good for the camera. You want people to think that you're this holy person. And it's like, and I think that I really wanted to just be perfect before I started it. And that was where I went wrong. I was waiting for the perfect timing. I was waiting for myself to be perfect in Christ and to know and to have all this wisdom and knowledge. To this day, I don't, like, the Lord is so big that you're going to constantly be learning new things about him every day. So it's like, you're not going to know everything. Nobody, even the prophets, the deacons, none of them know everything about God. So it's like, for you to wait until you know everything about him and you get all the knowledge and all the wisdom and you're walking in this and you're walking in that, you would never start, actually. Like, you waiting for this perfect timing, you're just gonna continue to wait because there will never be a perfect timing. You will never be perfect yourself before you can start this. So that's what the Lord had to teach me, for me to finally be like, okay, like, I don't think I'm 100% there, but he don't want 100%. And I think that's really why a lot of people don't really like to come to Christ or anything like that, because they feel like you have to be this perfect person. You have to be this holy person before you come to him. But the Lord never said that. He said, come as you are. So it's like, if you were a drug dealer, prostitute, whatever you was doing, you alcoholic, whatever you was doing, like, come to him and he will help you. He will take those things from you. You do not have to work on yourself, because we cannot do things by our own. He said, do not lean on your own understanding. We cannot do things on our own. So this is why, I'm encouraging everybody to come as you are. Come as you are at the journey. I came as I was. He got me the next morning when I just went drinking and partying and clubbing and was out here being crazy, and he snatched me. So imagine that. And now here I am in front of you, So it's like you come as you are. The Lord don't want us to be perfect. He didn't call us to be perfect. First of all, he knew us before our parents even knew us. He already knew who you are, your identity in him. He knew what he called you to be. Come to him. You do not have to be perfect. I am not perfect. Okay. Not perfect. Okay. You can ask my parents. They're going to tell you everything wrong with me. But the Lord, he is a forgiving God. He is a loving God. He is a caring God. I don't even know how to explain it. His love, this is a love that I was missing. This is a love where I was looking for in the world that even got me to even be outside and partying and doing this, not even knowing my own identity, not even knowing who I was even called to be. So this was the love that I was missing. I wasn't understanding. I wasn't getting. And it's like, now finally accepting that love, understanding that love, it's like nothing takes it away. Nothing beats this. Like, I don't miss being outside. I'm sorry. I don't. Outside, honestly, all that club and stuff, it's like, it'd be the same thing every day. Like, honestly, actually. I don't even know what I was there for in the first place, because it would literally be the same things every day. But yeah, I just want to encourage y'all to just come on this journey with me. And I'm so happy to even be starting this. I am very excited, and welcome to Soft Spoken Podcast.